You guys! One day, you're gonna miss this.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Right now at 9, an exclusive interview. What Greene County Sheriff Jim Arnott is telling Ozarksfirst after the president tapped him to join the U.S. Marshals. And the war in Iran continuing as the White House pushes more military operations. What the country is doing to secure the Strait of Hormuz and restore the global flow of oil. And then later.
There's not a serious person in this building who thinks a deal is imminent.
The 2-hour lines at the airport are now becoming normal while lawmakers remain at a funding standstill over the Department of Homeland Security. The impact across the nation as the shutdown drags on. Your news at 9 starts right now.
This is Ozarksfirst News at 9.
So it means a lot to me to be appointed by President Trump.
Great to see you tonight. I'm Mike Landis. You may recall earlier this month, we reported that Greene County Sheriff Jim Arnott was nominated to lead the Western District of the U.S. Marshals by President Trump. And tonight, Ozarksfirst Parker Padgett spoke to Arnott in this exclusive interview with his first public comments.
Sheriff Arnott has led the Greene County Sheriff's Office for nearly 20 years. He says this is a role that he's wanted for some time, and it's an honor to be nominated. He tells me he still will be around the Ozarks, continuing his career in law enforcement.
I'm still young enough to be able to get out and do some things and go out and do enforcement on the streets, which I will continue to do like I did as sheriff.
Greene County Sheriff Jim Arnott says it's a dream of his to represent the U.S. Marshals.
I was always interested in the U.S. Marshal role, and then the timing became perfect to where I can move into that.
Arnott was selected for the role by President Donald Trump.
There's a lot of things that the president has done in his first term that I really admired, and I admire him as a leader. And so it means a lot to me to be appointed by President Trump.
There's more that happens behind the scenes before Arnott takes over.
We're kind of at the schedule of the Senate, the United States Senate. There is a group that will now looking through all my information that I submitted.
As far as his replacement, earlier this week we spoke to County Commissioner Bob Dixon about the next steps.
The most important thing to us is we want, as always, a very open and transparent process where everyone knows how it works and that they can observe that.
They've been a great commission. I have no concerns over their ability to pick the right person.
For Arnott, he says he's confident the sheriff's office is in a better place than when he took the reins so many years ago.
I would not leave office if I felt I didn't do the best that I could and get it to where it's a much better place. We've got a new sheriff's office. We've got great equipment. So those things have definitely been a huge plus for us.
As of now, there's no definitive timetable for when Arnott will join the U.S. Marshals, but he tells me the White House has told him that they're hoping for sometime between April and August. We do have more with this story online at Ozarksfirst.com. Reporting in Greene County, Parker Padgett, Ozarksfirst.
Thank you, Parker. Meantime, a law enforcement operation resulting in the arrest of 101 people and 85 federal indictments for people across the Ozarks. The United States Department of Justice holding this press conference in Springfield this morning. Operation Spring Cleaning took place over the last 3 days. Key focus areas were the Springfield and Joplin metros, including Greene, Christian, and Jasper counties. Now, a few of the items that law enforcement seized include 141 guns, over 11 pounds of cocaine, and just over 1.5 pounds of fentanyl, as well as over 88 pounds of meth.
The dangerous offenders taken off the street this week
are a testament to what federal and local collaboration is when it's at its best.
We are grateful that these persons were located and apprehended safely, thanks to the hard work and dedication of all of the local law enforcement agencies here in Southwest Missouri.
And the full report on the operations results can be found on our website, Ozarksfirst.com. And now for our first check of our forecast here at 9:04 with a look over the skies of Springfield. Nice night out there. A lot of folks out there enjoying the evening around the square, going for walks or maybe out to dinner. And we certainly had the ability to get out there and enjoy the outdoors, and we'll have that tomorrow as well, thankfully. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner in the Forecast Center. Jamie, one of those days I was looking at my weather app, saw the temperature and thought, do I need to clean my glasses? But I mean, no, it really was that warm out there seeing that temperature.
Yeah, you know, spring officially arrived this morning, but I think you'd be excused if you thought that it was summer that arrived. The only thing that's really saying that it's not summertime is when you look at the trees and how bare they still are. Temperatures today topping out at 88 degrees, falling short of the record of 92, but still incredibly warm. In fact, today was the hottest March day in Springfield since 1929. Herbert Hoover was the president at that time. 67 outside right now. Temperatures in the 70s in other areas. 77 in Joplin at 9 o'clock. 76 down in Harrison. Looking at our forecast for Saturday, the front end of the weekend looking great. Comfy, cool early on. It will be a night where you could leave the windows open, maybe turn on the attic fan. Temperatures warming quickly tomorrow morning. Mid-60s by 9 o'clock. Upper 70s by 11 o'clock. And we'll already be in the 80s, I think, when we hit noon tomorrow. Topping out at about 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon with sunny skies expected from start to finish. Yes, we'll be setting record highs tomorrow, and I think we'll be setting record highs again on Sunday. Mike?
All right, sounds good, Jamie. Well, despite President Trump claiming victory, the Pentagon is now sending 3 more warships and over 2,000 Marines over to the Middle East. Now, according to the U.S. military, the U.S. and Israel have hit 7,000 targets so far in Iran. But the Strait of Hormuz continues to be a problem, essentially shutting down and having been shut down by Iran.
What they're doing is clogging up the strait, but from a military standpoint, they're finished.
The U.S. is also getting more support from European allies, with the U.K. now allowing the use of its military bases to strike Iranian targets. Well, as the worst energy crisis in modern history grips Cuba, Russia is now using deceptive shipping tactics to bypass U.S. sanctions and break the embargo. But at a Thursday hearing, the head of the U.S. Southern Command dismissed the idea that the shipment could be a game changer.
I think it's going to deliver any. If it did, it wouldn't have the impact at scale. So that's the only event I'm tracking.
The Treasury Department responded, saying that under U.S. sanctions, the oil could not be offloaded in Cuba as part of President Trump's maximum pressure campaign, in which he referred to, in his own words, taking Cuba earlier this week. We have more news to share with you, so don't forget to follow us on social media, where we have fun videos, interactive stories, and other news from your communities across the Ozarks. And you can find all of it on X, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Don't forget to download our news and weather apps and check out Ozarksfirst.com. And our exclusive 4-part series continues. Murder on Moon Valley Road, the killing of Cassidy Rainwater, is uncovering new evidence in a case that shook the Ozarks. Part 2 dropped last night, and here's a sneak peek of what you can see now on demand.
A woman gone missing. The discovery of murder and mutilation, marking the beginning of an unraveling for 2 men accused of the unthinkable.
I'd like to talk to you about a missing girl.
But the answers as to what happened to Cassidy Rainwater would be gathered first from the items and evidence found inside the cabin.
Fair to say that you know Jim Phelps very well. Yes, which really makes this all shocking.
And later, the conversations his closest friend would soon have with the FBI.
Because you wrote that you had the stones to do something. What was that? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Well, think of something, because that sounds pretty suspicious to me.
The tense moments of an hours-long interrogation.
I've not lied to you.
I don't think you've lied to me. I think you've omitted something.
I've omitted a lot.
That all lead to a confession.
But the problem is if I tell you about it, then you're going to put me in handcuffs.
The Ozarksfirst Plus exclusive continues.
May not be right in most people's eyes, but it was the right thing that needed to be done.
Part 2 of Murder on Moon Valley Road, the killing of Cassidy Rainwater.
And that series there airing exclusively on our streaming app called Ozarksfirst Plus at 8:30 every Thursday. A reminder, this is not available on your phone. This is only for your smart TV. You can download the app for free right now on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, as well as Roku.
There are not the votes to nuke the filibuster in the United States Senate today.
Coming up, a marathon debate is underway on Capitol Hill as lawmakers tackle several bills on the president's agenda. We're breaking down the latest on the Senate floor. And then later in the show, famed martial artist and Hollywood action star Chuck Norris dying at the age of 86. We're taking a look back at his career and the Hollywood legacy that he leaves behind.
And expecting record highs across the area on Saturday, and record heat will be on repeat for Sunday. And there could be more record highs later next week. More of this very hot forecast coming up.
This is Ozarksfirst News at 9 with Mike Landis, Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner, and Sports with Dan Lucy.
I'm Renji, founder of Immersed, now the most used AR/VR productivity app in the world. We call it Visor, a work-focused spatial computer that's 70% lighter, 70% less expensive, and has 2 million more pixels than Apple's Vision Pro. Join us on this journey before the round closes.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
I'm a United States Marine. When I came home, I became angry. I had migraines and respiratory issues.
I served in the Army. There's a lot more people out there that have gone through more things. I shouldn't go and get those benefits because they had it worse.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country. You deserve because you serve. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Oh, I don't see where you got your degree.
I don't have one. I went another route.
All right. I guess tell me a bit about your experience.
For 15 years, I've been managing logistics and mastering project management skills.
Wow. Sounds like you've got just the kind of skills and experience we're looking for.
If you're planning to fly anytime soon, you might want to pack and head out now because of wait times to get through security, sometimes lasting hours at some major airports. The problem goes back to Washington as the shutdown over Homeland Security drags on and lawmakers disagree on reforms for ICE and Border Patrol.
As the days continue, this is going to continue to get exponentially worse, both in terms of wait times for our passengers across the United States, but also our TSA officers.
And today, the latest vote to reopen the DHS failed again, while lawmakers expected to vote again sometime this weekend. In a rare move, the Senate is working through the weekend to continue debate on an elections bill. Now, all week on the Senate floor, Republican senators are advocating for a bill called the Save America Act, or SAVE. It would require voters to show proof of citizenship, including a birth certificate or passport, when registering to vote in federal elections and having an ID to cast the ballot.
You need a photo ID to see a doctor, stay at a hotel, start a job. It's not too much to ask to require it.
when you go in to vote.
The SAVE Act says no more vote by mail, no more driver's licenses to register, no registering online or on campus or at church.
No Democrats support the SAVE Act, and even a few Republicans say they're not on board with it. Still, debate is expected to continue into the weekend with a vote on an amendment planned for tomorrow. Well, after months of anticipation, the White House published its long-awaited framework on regulating AI. Now, it includes protecting kids from harmful AI platforms and creating some national standards. The new policy would also call for a hands-off approach to AI regulation, reflecting what the White House is calling a, quote, culture of innovation in America. Leaders on Capitol Hill hope to have the first draft ready by April. Heading to break here for you as we approach 9:15 with a live look over the nice, mostly clear skies here in Springfield. We are still above 70, so certainly a night to enjoy out there on your porch. Nice weekend ahead. Jamie's going to let us know how warm it'll be for you right after this.
Pebble makes building global teams effortless. With our platform, Pebble gives startups and established companies alike the ability to hire local talent instantly. No costly local entity setups and no compliance headaches. You can trust Pebble to grow your company everywhere, from anywhere, and still have time to manage the rest of your world. Pebble. Build teams anywhere.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy. Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Ooh, pretty colors.
Best Reviews has an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I feel that I'm not getting the attention that I need, and it's a lot built up in my chest. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Right now, you're probably trying to get together those outdoor plans for this upcoming weekend. Are you going to go camping, maybe boating, maybe floating, trying to think of some summertime type activities, because that's the kind of weather that we're going to have through this upcoming weekend. It was a sun-filled, very hot March day across the area today, and we're going to find another one tomorrow. Quiet weather pattern, just some high clouds spilling across our skies. Showers on the East Coast, rain moving across the northeastern United States. That's tied to a cold front that is slipping past our area quietly. And when I say slipping past, it's not moving through. It's literally slipping past our area, missing our area. There will be another cold front showing up on the map, though, by tomorrow afternoon in the upper Midwest, and that one will make its way through the area on Sunday. But ahead of that front, we've got this unimpeded flow pipeline of summer air that continues to blow right out of the southwestern U.S. and Texas and into our area. And because it's uninterrupted, Each day is getting warmer and warmer and warmer. Yesterday it was low 80s. Today it was upper 80s. Tomorrow it's going to be 90, and I think we're going to be back up near 90 in a lot of spots again on Sunday, even with a cold front moving in during the afternoon, because it looks like there's going to be plenty of time for temperatures to climb quickly again on Sunday back to record levels in much of the area. Now, by the end of the day, as the cold front is pressing south of I-44, look for things to turn windier behind the front, also cooler. Not sharply colder like we experienced this past Sunday, but cooler as we work into Sunday evening. In fact, this contrast in temperatures will lead to some thunderstorm chances, not locally in our area, but just to the east across Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, into Kentucky, a chance for some severe weather. Looks like probably hail would be the most likely outcome out of those thunderstorms. Looking at conditions overnight tonight, again, a warm, quiet evening, giving way to a comfy, cool start to our Saturday. We'll find sunny skies from start to finish. I think Saturday is a carbon copy of today, just a little bit hotter. And then as we get into Saturday night, a beautiful night across the area. Temperatures remaining clear and temperatures only falling into the 60s for lows. So, we're starting off at a very high level Sunday morning, and then temperatures will climb quickly with mostly sunny skies in the morning. During the afternoon, we'll find cloud cover increasing from north to south in the wake of that cold front. Looks like about 55 for a morning low on Saturday, with afternoon highs in most areas hitting 90. Expecting 90 degrees in Springfield, which would beat the old record high of 88 set back in 1916. Looks like we'll tie the record high in Joplin. Looks like we'll set record highs in West Plains, Vichy, and Harrison, Arkansas. And when I say set, I mean we're blowing the old record highs out of the water with this heat that we've got on Saturday. And then on Sunday, highs in the upper 80s north, feeling some of the influence of that cold front coming in, to low 90s across northern Arkansas. Should be enough time for temperatures to climb to about 88 in Springfield, which would tie the record high of 88 set back in 1907. I mean, we're tying and beating long-standing records. That just is a testament of the, really unique quality of this heat that we're finding going into this upcoming weekend. Now, on the other side of that front, other side of the weekend, we will find cooler weather to start next week. And I think there's going to be some clouds moving in on Monday. They should be on the way out by Tuesday. But with this warm air that's moving in now, so close by to start next week, it's going to be very easy for it to move back in. And when it moves back in, guess what? It's record heat on repeat. Take a look at this 7-day forecast. Looks like highs around 60 on Monday, near 70 on Tuesday, and then low 80s again on Wednesday, and I think mid to upper 80s on Thursday. The air mass on Thursday looks very similar to what we've got right now. So there's no reason to believe that we can't get to those same levels. And yes, that would set new record highs on that day.
Yeah, going later on next Friday, a week from now, 58 is going to seem kind of cool, but I'm sure we can manage that after having all these 80 and 90 degree days.
And even though it is cooler to close out next week, I see warmer weather returning for the back end of that weekend and into the last days of March.
Keep it coming. All right, thank you very much, Jamie. Well, legendary action star of the big and small screen and famed martial artist Chuck Norris has died. Tonight, Ashley Dvorkin takes a look back at his big career.
Actor and action star Chuck Norris has died at the age of 86. A statement from his family Friday said in part, "While we would like to keep the circumstances private, please know that he was surrounded by his family and was at peace." They added, "To the world, he was a martial artist, actor, and a symbol of strength. To us, he was a devoted husband, a loving father and grandfather, an incredible brother, and the heart of our family." Norris began his martial arts training when he joined the Air Force in 1958 and was sent to Korea. He later founded the United Fighting Arts Federation and created his own style. He became a 6-time undefeated world professional middleweight karate champion. After training celebrities, including Steve McQueen, he stepped in front of the camera. In 1972, he shared the screen with Bruce Lee in The Way of the Dragon. His more than 20 movie credits include Missing in Action, The Delta Force, and Sidekicks.
I'm tougher.
In 1993, he debuted his most well-known role, Walker, Texas Ranger. The series ran for 9 seasons. In 2010, then-Governor Rick Perry awarded Norris the title of Honorary Texas Ranger, and the Texas Senate later named him an Honorary Texan. Norris became a legend in memes when he gained viral fame with Chuck Norris Facts. Joining in on the trend, he put together the official Chuck Norris Fact Book with his favorites. As an author, he also wrote books on martial arts, politics, his Christian faith, and a memoir. Chuck Norris is survived by his wife and his 5 children. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
A legacy there. Coming up, a tragic outcome for a University of Alabama student who went missing while in Spain. We have the details on the investigation into his death right after this.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I feel that I'm not getting the attention that I need, and it's a lot built up in my chest. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
What's happening in one of America's greatest cities? Drug addiction, homelessness, mental illness, violent crime.
It's just insane.
The Decline and Fall of San Francisco, a Bill O'Reilly special, Thursday at 9/8 Central, only on News Nation.
I'm a United States Marine. When I came home, I became angry. I had migraines and respiratory issues.
I served in the Army. There's a lot more people out there that have gone through more things. I shouldn't go and get those benefits because they had it worse.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country. You deserve because you serve. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
There's been a tragic outcome for a University of Alabama student who went missing earlier this week off the coast of Spain. Police finding the body of Jimmy Gracie just 2 days after the 20-year-old went missing while on spring break. Gracie was visiting Barcelona with friends when he was separated from his group after visiting a nightclub. Investigators say they do not believe foul play was involved.
You keep thinking that you're going to wake up from this and it's just a terrible nightmare. You know, you see people say this all the time. You never thought it could be our family, and here we are.
The family has asked for prayers and privacy while police say their investigation is still ongoing. Well, statues, monuments, and tributes to the late labor leader Cesar Chavez continue to come down across the country. This all following disturbing allegations of sexual child abuse. Chip Yost reports on the details over that fallout.
Here on the campus at Santa Ana College, the Cesar Chavez Business and Computer Center now has Cesar Chavez's name boarded over, and inside, where 2 murals and a painting of Chavez were displayed, those too have now been covered up.
It was a directive from our president to cover it. She had heard about the statements that came out, especially from Dolores Huerta, and just to stand with the victims and hold ourselves accountable, we decided to cover up all the murals, cover up the plaques outside to show our students and our community that we stand with the victims.
All over Southern California and the rest of the country, similar scenes are playing out as more and more organizations try and distance themselves from the late farm workers' rights leader, who just a week ago was still considered an icon in the labor movement. Everything changed as accusations of sexual abuse by Chavez that were detailed in a New York Times article started to circulate. One place his name was still found Friday morning was at Cesar Chavez Elementary School in El Sereno, but at least one parent is already preparing for that to change too.
I mean, I have no words yet. I don't even know how to say it. I mean, it's just that devastating. I mean, not just for kids, but for a community, for everybody, what we stand for, you know.
Still ahead here in our second half hour, as the White House moves to dismantle the Department of Education, student loan oversight is moving departments. Who's handling the loan portfolio now? When your News at 9 returns.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I feel that I'm not getting the attention that I need, and it's a lot built up in my chest. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Oh, I don't see where you got your degree.
I don't have one. I went another route.
All right. I guess tell me a bit about your experience.
For 15 years, I've been managing logistics and mastering project management skills.
Wow. Sounds like you've got just the kind of skills and experience we're looking for.
And welcome back here for our second half hour. I'm Mike Landis with some of the top stories we're covering for you here tonight on Ozarksfirst. More U.S. warships are heading to the Middle East tonight, with about 4,500 more U.S. sailors and Marines leaving California on Wednesday. This move follows a ramped-up effort to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and restore the global flow of oil. The U.S. is getting more support from European allies, the UK now allowing the U.S. to use its military bases to strike Iranian targets threatening the Strait. Back here in the States, the Senate debate on the election security bill called the Save America Act is expected to continue into this weekend. Republicans say the bill is about protecting the integrity of U.S. elections, but Democrats argue it could make it harder for millions of Americans to cast their votes. A vote on the amendment is planned for tomorrow.
So it means a lot to me to be appointed by President Trump.
Greene County Sheriff Jim Arnott there, speaking to Ozarksfirst exclusively in his first public comments since President Trump tapped him to lead the Western District of the U.S. Marshals. Now, when confirmed, Sheriff Arnott will join the other 95 U.S. Marshals throughout the country. It's the oldest law enforcement agency in the U.S., and it's a role that's given Arnott another chapter in his law enforcement career.
I was always interested in the U.S. Marshal role. And then the timing became perfect to where I can move into that.
Arnott says the White House told him the hope is to have the transition complete between April and August. We have more information and other details from Commissioner Bob Dixon on the county selection process with this story and others on our website, Ozarksfirst.com. Time now for our first forecast here at 9:30. Jamie, a very nice day across the Ozarks. It didn't seem like it was that many weeks ago when we were in winter talking about, spring is early, and now are we in summer already? It feels like
it was 28 on Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
28 was the high on Monday.
And now look where we're at.
And today it was 88. We didn't set a record. We didn't set a record in Joplin where they hit 90 degrees, but we did set record highs in other places. West Plains, a new record high today, 86. Vichy, 87. Harrison, Arkansas, 91 this afternoon. And now that the sun is set, temperatures are cooling, and it feels so good outside. It's not humid, but the temperatures are still feeling real nice. It's in the 60s and 70s, 76 currently in Harrison, Arkansas. For tomorrow, we do this all over again. Sunny skies. The difference tomorrow over today is it's going to be even a little bit hotter than it was today. We get, I think, up to 80 by noon. I think we're in the mid-80s by 1 o'clock, and I think we're up around 90 degrees around 3 to 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And it's Saturday. This may have you wanting to maybe dip your toes in the lake, or maybe dip your toes in that kiddie pool that maybe you get out for your patio. Looking at our forecast for this weekend, more record highs likely to fall on Sunday. This is a very quiet weather pattern. Coming up, we'll talk about when that may change, and also more record heat that we'll find later next week. Mike?
All right, thank you, Jamie. 1 year after President Trump called for the Department of Education to close, his administration is taking another big step toward dismantling it. Today, the Treasury Department announced the Treasury itself will now be managing student loans whose borrowers are in default and eventually take over the full loan portfolio.
We had is a whole system of people not repaying their loans. On the FAFSA form, we rely on information relative to, financial information, IRS information, and so it comes much more quickly from Treasury.
It comes as the Department of Education has been transferring much of its work to other agencies in an attempt to convince Congress it's no longer needed. We have more news to share with you, so don't forget to follow us on social media, where we have fun videos and interactive stories from all across the Ozarks for you to check out. And you can find it on X, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And don't forget to download our apps and check out our website, Ozarksfirst.com. And don't forget to download our new CTV app for your television. It's called Ozarksfirst Plus. And we have 6 shows hosted by Ozarksfirst personalities, with a couple more on the way, so stay tuned for those. Here's a clip from today's episode of Two Dudes and a Doppler with meteorologists Matt and Jamie.
Jamie, we're looking at the forecast today, and we're going, could it hit 90 degrees? That's the question we're having to ask. We're going, is it going to hit 90 degrees in March?
Yeah, it is a special March pattern. We're looking at temperatures at levels in the month of March that we haven't seen literally in decades. And I think in the case of Springfield, I think it's going to be the warmest weather in March since 1929.
Last time that we had a setup just like that, where we're transitioning out of one and into another, 2023 and 2009. Those were 2 years that we had a very similar setup. March got off to an active start. They got into April. They got into May. Things slowed back down, and then they saw another kind of spike at June. So the activity was bookends, where they had some tornadoes at the start, some tornadoes at the end. Not really
not
too
a whole
much
lot in between.
They had a tornado in it. There was tornadoes in April. There was tornadoes in May, but just not a whole lot. It kind of tapered off.
And I think, let's look back at the last couple of springs. I feel like the last 2 spring severe weather seasons have been on steroids.
And you can download Ozarksfirst Plus for your smart TV right now. Plenty to check out there. Up next, NASCAR will be having a triple header of racing at the track Too Tough to Tame. We are previewing the big weekend ahead as some big Hall of Famer guests make their way to the historic raceway right after this.
Heart emoji. Heart emoji.
The best group chats happen in real life.
He's so funny. I love you guys.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I feel that I'm not getting the attention that I need, and it's a lot built up in my chest. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
What's happening in one of America's greatest cities? Drug addiction, homelessness, mental illness, violent crime.
It's just insane.
The Decline and Fall of San Francisco. A Bill O'Reilly special. Thursday at 9/8 Central. Only on News Nation.
And here's a look over the Darlington Raceway out in South Carolina, where NASCAR drivers are gearing up ahead of their big weekend there out east. The historic raceway has been home to NASCAR since 1950, with several legends taking to the tracks. And this weekend race is not to be any different for them. Hall of Famers Mark Martin, Kurt Busch, Harry Grant, and others plan to be there. And veteran Joey Logano will also partake in the fun. Now, he won this event back in 2022, and since then he has not had the same success returning to South Carolina. And that includes the Southern 500. We asked him what makes this egg-shaped track hard to figure out for the drivers.
You know, it's not one of those places you ever feel comfortable, if I'm being honest, because you're constantly chasing the car, the laps, wear tires out so quickly that, you know, what you did the lap before, if you replicate it, you hit the wall because the tires fall off. So you got to, you know, always be adjusting every lap and trying to, you know, figure out where that edge is.
And he went on to add that racing on this raceway will be against the wall each lap, thus earning those Darlington stripes. The Goodyear 400 will begin this Sunday at 3 p.m.
And speaking of racing, I feel like temperatures have been racing higher and higher and higher as every day goes by this week. I think we cap it off tomorrow. Tomorrow looks to be the hottest day out of the stretch, with most areas hitting 90. More on that coming up.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you? Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I'm a United States Marine. When I came home, I became angry. I had migraines and respiratory issues.
I served in the Army. There's a lot more people out there that have gone through more things. I shouldn't go and get those benefits because they had it worse.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country. You deserve because you serve. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait, reach out.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Well, taking a peek outside right now, a lot of folks out on the square right now just enjoying this unusually warm March night. 67, winds light out of the south at 5 miles per hour. Low temperatures this morning. Springfield, one of the cold spots. That's out at the airport. I think in town it was in the 50s, but out at the airport, 49 this morning. You can see down to the south in Harrison, 62 to start the day, where we ended up at 93 degrees. Yes, a record high. We ended up at 88 degrees today in Springfield. Not a record, but I think we will be setting a record high on Saturday. And this is a pattern where everything is lining up perfectly to get to temperatures. I mean, we are maxing out. We're at like top tier. This is about as hot as you can get during the month of March. We have that very, very warm air mass that continues to blow in uninterrupted out of the southwestern U.S. We also have sunny skies. And that certainly helps this time of the year. I mean, if we had clouds, we wouldn't be getting as warm as we're getting, even with that warm air blowing in. We also have low humidity, which makes it very easy for temperatures to climb during the day. It's kind of like a desert atmosphere that's in place. So it gets cool at night, but it gets hot in the afternoon. It's a quiet weather pattern too, and I'm thankful to say that. You know, when you get warmth like this time of the year, you're usually watching for the bang on the other side of it. And I don't think we have to worry about that, not locally in our area. We do find some showers on the map off to the east, that associated with a cold front that is slipping past our area. This is a swing and a miss for this cold front. That taste of summer continues to blow in and will continue to blow in through Saturday night, and Sunday morning. But there will be another cold front coming in during the afternoon on Sunday, and it arrives, I think, here along I-44 by about 4 o'clock or so in the afternoon, and then it will push south of I-44. When it arrives, not only will you notice the wind shift, you'll probably notice the winds picking up. It should get rather windy heading into Sunday evening, and it will turn cooler, but not cold. Also, off to the east along this cold front, we will find some thunderstorms, and there will be a risk of severe weather from southeast Missouri into parts of Pennsylvania Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. Locally for us, so it looks like the front will go through dry. Mostly clear overnight tonight. I think for tomorrow, we're looking at sunny skies from start to finish. It's going to be one of those days in March A lot of folks out enjoying the warmth. Remember to put on the sunscreen. It is very, very bright. We've got clear skies on Saturday, and I think with the warmth, you're going to be like, oh, this feels good, and it's not going to be humid. Oh, it feels good outside, and then by the end of the day, you're red because you got too much sunshine. So just make sure you put on the sunscreen if you are going to be spending a lot of time outdoors. Saturday night looks a beautiful evening across the area and overnight across the area with lows only in the 60s. And then on Sunday, much of the day looks sunny, but there will be an increase in clouds during the afternoon from north to south as that cold front comes in. Looks like lows in the mid-50s, afternoon highs up around 90 tomorrow afternoon. Looking at the records, you can see it looks like every major reporting site will either tie or set a new record high on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we'll do it again with most areas tying or setting new record highs. The pattern after this weekend looking a little cooler. It's a little speed bump, though. It looks like that hot air in the southwest is going to blow right back in by Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So this is really some March madness. This will go down. This streak that we're going into the weekend with is the longest 80-degree streak since 1910 in the month of March. Also, we already experienced our warmest March high since 1929, and it'll be even hotter on Saturday. Also, it will be the most 80-degree days in the month of March since 1910. It looks like we'll end the month with at least 6 80-degree days. And looking ahead to next week, you can see where those 80-degree days come from. Low 80s on Wednesday, mid to upper 80s on Thursday, and then cooler with some showers on Friday. Dan?
Coming up in sports, looking on the bright side.
It means a lot to us. I know our younger selves dreamed of being on this stage for sure.
Lady Bears struggled with the Texas Titans.
Oh, I don't see where you got your degree.
I don't have one. I went another route.
All right. I guess tell me a bit about your experience.
For 15 years, I've been managing logistics and mastering project management skills.
Wow. Sounds like you've got just the kind of skills and experience we're looking for.
What's happening in one of America's greatest cities? Drug addiction, homelessness, mental illness, violent crime.
It's just insane.
The Decline and Fall of San Francisco. A Bill O'Reilly special. Thursday at 9/8 Central. Only on News Nation.
My opponent is completely disregarding almost half of my arguments which I responded to.
Communities must step up.
Laws
and
alone
protest
cannot
against this
stop
normalizing.
bullying.
Well, I completely disagree. Point of inquiry, do you guys even realize that the #1 killer of children and teens are gun injuries?
You're probably starting to realize now, this is not a debate.
There is no adult in this earth that wants children to die.
I worry for my kids.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to bed.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Achieving my goals as an adult was challenging without a high school diploma. With the help of an adult education center, I finished my high school diploma and it changed my life.
Oh my gosh!
This yearbook is a testament to your accomplishments and how they have impacted all of us.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now, I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savebythescan.org.
The Ozarksfirst Sports Report is sponsored by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks.
And kicks it back outside for Beckemeyer. And that'll rattle home. You get a little bit of
Missouri State Lady Bears got their shot at #1 this afternoon. The Texas Longhorns are the top seed in the Fort Worth region. Missouri State looking for a big-time upset in its 21st NCAA tournament victory, but Texas would set the tone from the opening tip. In our Bear Nation update, the Lady Bears never got traction in this game. Texas point guard Rory Harmon with the jumper from the free throw line. 12-0 Longhorns start out of the gate. Then Madison Booker would swish this wide open three, and it was 26-5 Longhorns, and it was going to be a long day. Cayman Beckemeyer found it hard to get baskets. She does connect from three here. And then Katie Pauley, back after that broken ankle, would hit this three from the top of the arc, but it was still 32-10 Texas. Beckemeyer's jumper here would make it 38-12. Beckemeyer finished with 14 points. End of the second quarter, Texas' Brianna Preston quick to the cup. Longhorns led by 32 points at halftime. Third quarter, Maisha Washington for the Lady Bears with a nice scoop shot here in the paint, 2 of her 11 points. And then Lainey Douglas with a basket as well. She had 11 points, 8 rebounds, but Texas was just too much and won 87-45.
Proud of the way that our kids competed. It took us a little longer than I would have liked to kind of settle in, but you have to give credit to Texas and just their physicality, their pressure, and just taking you out of what you're trying to do. It's been a great run here at the end.
It means a lot to us. I know our younger selves dreamed of being on this stage for sure. So to be able to be here and to be able to represent Missouri State and Springfield as a whole, I know means a lot to me, just being a hometown kid. But I mean, I know our team, we're really happy for each other.
In Columbia, it was the boys taking the floor at the Show Me Showdown. In Class 4, Logan Rogersville squaring off with 6-time defending champion Vashon. The Wildcats won it once. That was back in 1982. But the afternoon belonged to Rogersville. Marcus Moore dishes to his brother Titus. He makes the layup and the foul. It was 15-9 Wildcats early. Then Chase Branham splits the defense, gets the hoop. Logrod led 34-18 at the half. Third quarter, Vashon would storm back. Jimmy McKinney with the basket, and the Wolverines were within 10, but Rogersville would pull back away. First, Sutton Shook with this three to make it 49-40, and then in the fourth quarter, it's Branham, 2 of his 31 points on the day. Rogersville beats Vashon 74-60. They'll play Clayton tomorrow for the Class 4 state championship. In Class 5, Hillcrest facing MICDS in the late game. In Como, all Rams in this semi. Gabe Weaver with the slam dunk in the third quarter. Rams up by 23. And the Rams would go on to win this one 62-35. Kyrese Simpson led Hillcrest in scoring with 14. The Hornets will play Raytown South for third place tomorrow. Missouri State Baseball Bears opened a weekend Conference USA Series at Hammons Field. The Bears hosting the Blue Raiders from Middle Tennessee. Bears starter Jason Schaaf would get through the first inning unscathed, but not in the second. Nathan Brewer shoots the gap in right center. Brett Rogers and Brett Von Dolen both score to make it 2-0 Raiders. A few batters later, Owen Nowak would line this to center. Nathan Brewer scores, and it was 3-0 Middle Tennessee. Mo State gets one back in the bottom half. Bryce Saramanelli would sky this pitch to shallow center. It falls in. Gabe Ressler and Jackson Beeman score to make it 3-2. But in the fifth inning, more Blue Raiders. Tyler Minnick would go deep to left, over the fence into the bullpen, 4-2. But Mo State rallied late. 2 runs in the eighth inning, and the Bears win 6-4. Tigers are playing Miami in the NCAAs in St. Louis. They're down by 9 right before halftime.
All right, very good, Dan. Thank you very much. And Jamie, looking forward to a nice weekend. We were hoping this warmth would last, and it's going to, that's for sure.
And then the question is, who's going to turn their AC on?
I already did.
I already have as well.
Confession time.
I'm not going to suffer through this heat wave this weekend.
Understandable. All right, hope you enjoy the weather. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
What's happening in one of America's greatest cities? Drug addiction, homelessness, mental illness, violent crime.
It's just insane.
The Decline and Fall of San Francisco, a Bill O'Reilly special, Thursday at 9/8 Central, only on News Nation.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire,